Hello everyone, I am Ankit Bharadwaj, your English facilitator. I welcome you all on my YouTube channel. So guys, today we are going to do the portrait of a lady written by Khushwant Singh. So guys, this is an autobiographical work by Khushwant Singh. So first of all, let me tell you what is an autobiography. Autobiography is something that is written by a person by himself. तो जो चीज़ ऑथर खुद लिखता है मीन्स वो अपनी लाइफ के बारे में जो चीज़ें लिखता है उसको ऑटोबायोग्राफी बोलते हैं. सो द पोर्ट्रेट ऑफ अ लेडी इज़ एन ऑटोबायोग्राफिकल वर्क बाय खुशवंत सिंह. सो इन दिस चैप्टर he describes his relationship with his grandmother over the years. He wrote down her daily activities and how she evolved as a character as time passed by. He also explains her experience, her appearance, which help to create an image in the reader's mind. So guys, I have fragmented this into various paragraphs, so I will not read this paragraph line to line. Instead, I'll just explain you. मीन्स जो आपको ये पैरा दिया गया है तो इसको मैं लाइन टू लाइन यहाँ पे नहीं पढ़ूंगा, मैं बस इसकी आपको एक्सप्लेनेशन दूंगा. एंड आई हैव ऑल्सो गिवन यू द मीनिंग ऑफ डिफ़िकल्ट वर्ड, सो इट विल बी ईजी फॉर यू to understand it in a better way. So guys, let us start today's video. So in this paragraph the author talks about his grandmother. He had known her for past 20 years and she had always been old and wrinkled. He was told that she was once young and pretty and had a husband also. His grandfather's portrait hung on the wall, in which he wore loose-fitted clothes, a turban, and had a long white-colored beard that reached his chest. He also appeared very old, and the author thought that he was someone who could have many grandchildren but not a wife or a children. Next is, the author could never imagine that once his grandmother was young and pretty, he could not connect to this idea. She used to tell him and his cousins about her childhood memories, like the games she used to play as a child. They found these stories illogical and disrespectful. Why? Because it was beyond their imagination to think that grandmother was once a child and played such games. They thought that her life's stories were like the other moral stories which she used to tell to them. So this is the explanation of this paragraph. Let us move to another paragraph. So in this para, he is talking about that how grandmother was looked alike, and she has wrinkles on her face also. She seemed so old and she had been the same for the past 20 years. According to the author, she was beautiful, not pretty. She walked around the house in an awkward way, wearing spotless white clothes with beads of the rosary hanging from one hand, and the other hand rested on her back for support. She had silver colored hair which was not neatly combed and was disorganized. She was constantly chanting prayer. So guys, chanting का मीन होता है कि लगातार prayers को बोलते जाना, ठीक है, to repeat again and again. He compares her to the winter landscape in the mountains, which has a peaceful and calm feel. She was a live example of a pure white peace emitting entity. So with this we have also done the explanation of a second paragraph. Let's move to another paragraph. So guys, in this para the author tells us that he lived with her grandmother in the village. They were good friends also. His parents left him with her to settle in the city. The author's grandmother used to wake up him every morning and get him ready for school. She would recite her morning prayers while she bathed and dressed him up, and he loved her voice but would not try to memorize a word of what she spoke. She would make his things ready like a wooden slate, a tiny earthen ink pot, and a red pen. He would eat a thick stale chapati with butter and sugar spread on it. They both used to walk to school, and his grandmother carried stale chapatis with her to feed the village dogs. So, with this, guys, we have covered our third paragraph. Let's move to another paragraph. So, in this para, the author tells us that his grandmother would accompany him to the school as the temple was attached to the school. Why? Because she used to visit the temple daily, and on the one side he would sit on the veranda with other children and sing the alphabet and prayer in the chorus. On the other hand, she would sit in the temple to read scriptures. What are scriptures? Scriptures are the holy books like Ramayana, Mahabharata, etc. After finishing, they would walk back home together. The village dogs meet them at the village door. They would follow them to their home, growling and fighting with each other for the stale chapatis that she fed them. When his parents got settled in the city, they called them. That was the turning point of his friendship with his grandmother. They shared the same room, but she no longer would give him company to his school. He started going to an English medium school, and a motor bus would come to pick and drop him. There were no dogs in the streets whom she could feed as she did in the village. So she started feeding sparrows in the veranda of their house. So, guys, I hope you are understanding well. Let's move to another paragraph. Yes. As the years passed in the city, their interaction reduced. For some time, she continued to wake him up and would get him ready for school. She would ask him what he had learned in school that day. The scientific terminology and English words made her unhappy. Why? Because she was not happy with those English school who always talk about to learn to impose English on student. She want that some religious thing should be taught to the students. Next, as she didn't know the language, she could not help him with this lesson with the lessons, as his new school never taught him about God and religious scriptures. This made her sad. Look, guys, this is the thing what I have told you, that she was not happy, and these things made her sad. She did not approve of such an education. When she came to know that he was getting music lesson, it disturbed her. According to her, music was indecent and it was an art for the beggar and prostitutes and not for those belongings to decent families. She didn't like that learned music, so she stopped talking to him. So these things create a distance between her grandmother and himself. From these things like English language and music, because she has different views about these things. She thought that these things are not made for the decent families. Decent family means those families from where she belong, from where her grandchild, her son belongs to. So these are those are the good people. So according to her, The music are only for beggars. This is not for the common people like them. So let's move to another stanza. Yes. So in this stanza, author tells that he went to university. He had a room of his own. As the time passes, he went to university and there no one shared a room with him because it was the time when he has grown up and he has given a room of his own. So there's something that was missing between grandmother and the author, that is their friendship. And the common link has snapped, has been skipped. Next is she became more private and spent her whole day spinning wheel. From sunrise to sunset, she would sit and silently recite her prayers. In the afternoon, she used to feed sparrows in the veranda, breaking the bread into small pieces. She would feed hundreds of birds. The birds would gather around her. Some sat near her, some on her legs, and some on her shoulders, and also a few on her head. She never shooed them, but always smiled. So, guys, shoot means to make an animal go away. दूर भगाना किसी को. Okay? And she never do that. She was the happiest in that half an hour during the whole day. And this was her happiest time. So let's move to another paragraph. When the author decided to go abroad for further studies, he believed that it would be the last time he would see her, as he would be gone for 5 years long. As they all reached the station, she held him tightly and kissed her forehead. He thought it was the last physical contact with her. The wet impression of her hand was dear to him. She was not sentimental at all. When he came back after 5 years, she came to meet him at the station. She looked just the way she did 5 years ago, not a day older. She held him again in her arms and was still reciting her prayers. He noticed on the first day of his arrival that only sparrows would make her happy. So in this paragraph we have read that author left grandmother for the further studies and he also came back. At the time grandmother learned how to make herself happy. Let's move to another para. An evening, she didn't follow her regular routine of praying. She collected a few women from the neighborhood, got a drum, and started singing with them. She thumped the wind. She thumped the wind part of the drum and sang along. The whole family persuaded her to stop as she might get ill due to exhaustion. Exhaustion means to strain over something. Okay. The next morning she fell ill. It was a mild fever. The doctors told them that it would go away, but she took it differently. According to her, she would die. Soon as her end was near, she started chanting prayers as she didn't want to waste her last hours in talking to anyone. So, in this para, the grandmother felt ill and she thought that her last time has come and she didn't want to waste any minute without praying, so she started chanting prayers. So let's move to another paragraph. The family protested, tried to stop her, but she lay peacefully on her bed, chanting prayers and doing her beads. Suddenly she stopped and the rosary fell from her lifeless fingers. A calm, pale appearance spread on her face, and she was dead. Let's move to another para. The family lifted her from the bed, laid her on the ground, and wrapped her with a red colored cloth. Thousands of sparrows sat silently near her. The author's mother fetched some bread for the birds, but they didn't eat any. They flew away later as the family carried the dead body. The sweeper removed the crumbs next morning. The birds were so sensitive. They did not want to eat bread but were mourning the death of the one who had fed them for so many days. So, guys, with this, our chapter has come to an end, and that was the explanation. Next, we have question answer. Let's take a look. So, first question we have, mention the three phases of the author's relationship with his grandmother before he left the country to study abroad. So in this question, we are asked to mention the three different phases of author's relationship with his grandmother. So we have these three phases. Let's see. So in first phase, this is the period of his childhood when he used to live with her in village, and his grandmother used to wake him up and get ready for school and get him ready for school. They both would walk to school together and come back home together. They had good friendship with each other. So next come the second phase. So in this phase, they moved to the city and they settled there. So it was called as a turning point of their friendship because they no longer talk with each other as they talked in the village. So the distance was becoming more and more. And next come the third phase. In this, the author went to university and he was given a room of his own, and the bond between them become weaker. So she started to become more quieter and private and keep the spinning wheel all day long. And she also made a friendship with sparrows when she put breadcrumbs toward those birds. So that was the third phase. Let's move to another question. Mention three reasons why the author's grandmother was disturbed when he started going to the city. So why author's grandmother was disturbed, so much disturbed when they moved toward the city? In village, they both created a good bond of friendship. But when they moved toward the city, first of all, the author was put in an English school, and grandmother doesn't like it because she, according to her, the English schools are meant only for those people who don't want to know about their religion. Okay, so they don't teach about the God. And also, grandmother thought that music and dance are not meant for decent families, they are only for the beggars and harlots. So this is the time when their friendship, when their bond become weaker. Let's move to another question. Mention three ways in which the author's grandmother spent her days after he grew up. So first is she spin the wheel for the whole day long and she was chanting prayers. and also she used to feed the sparrows. So these are the three things by which grandmother spent her whole day. Next question, mention the odd way in which the author's grandmother behaved just before she died. So when she come to know that she is gonna die, so what are the things that author come to know that these are the odd things. First is she didn't pray the evening before dying. She collected the women from the neighborhood and started singing Homecoming of the Warrior with the help of drum. And the next morning when she got ill, she said her end was near and she started praying. She refused to talk to anyone during his last hours. So next question. Mention the way in which the sparrows expressed their sorrow when the author's grandmother died. So how the sparrows react when her grandmother died, how they show their grief toward the death of grandmother. Grandmother used to feed the sparrows in her veranda each day, and they made a special bond with each other. So when she died, thousands of the sparrow expressed their sorrow by sitting in a scattered way around her in the veranda. They didn't chirp, and there was a complete silence all the way. And the author's mother put a breadcrumb to the sparrows, but they didn't eat. Why? Because they want to show their grief, they want to show their sadness toward grandmother. Let's move to another question. The author's grandmother was a religious person. What are the different ways in which we come to know this? So, as we have read this chapter, we come to know that she was a religious woman. So, in this question, they asked uh, about the various ways from which we come to know. First is when she lived in the village with the author, she used to sing prayers in a very monotonous sound while getting him ready each morning. She used to walk the author to his school and then visit the temple attached to the school every day. She would read the scriptures for the whole day. Later, when they moved to the city, she started to carry the beads of rosary with her all the time, and she continued chant the prayer, uh, and her hand remained busy in telling the beads. And when the author went to study at the university, she went into seclusion. Seclusion means in a lonely way, and spent her whole day in chanting prayers. Let's move to another question. Describe the changing relationship between the author and his grandmother. Did their feeling for each other change? So, first of all, we have to tell that how their relationship, how their friendship made in a good way. When they lived in the village, they both started to make a bond with each other. They started to make friendship with each other as grandmother taught him various things. She took care of his grandchild, and they started to make a bond between each other. And after that, when her grandmother, so we also distinguish it in various phases, as we have done in first question, that we have three phases of their relationship. So we can put these phase also in this question. Did their feeling for each other change? No, not at all. Their feeling for each other didn't change during the time. A distant, although uh, they lived separately from each other, but that bond remained always with them. All right. So let's move to another question. Would you agree that author's grandmother was a person strong in character? Yes, she was a very strong character. If yes, give instances. So we have to give example. When she had her own thoughts. So first of all, she had her own thoughts about school and their teaching. So she always thought that scriptures are the good way to teach about their religion, about the identity of the people, identity of the person. And she also didn't like music and dance. She also thought that these are only made for the low class people. And next is when author went to university, she spent for the whole day, she continuously chanting the prayer and also feed the sparrows. She sang Homecoming of Warriors and didn't stop even when her family tried a million times. And at the last time, she was also chanting the prayer. She refused to talk with she refused to talk with anybody while she was chanting the prayer. Let's move to our last question. Which language do you think the author and his grandmother used while talking to each other? They always talk in their mother tongue. As the author belonged to Punjab state, they would talk in Punjabi language. So with this, we come to an end of this chapter. So guys, I found it very interesting and I hope you will feel the same. So with this, we'll meet in another video. And also do not forget to like, share with your friends and subscribe my channel. Goodbye. Take care. See you.